What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you today with more Damachi, and today we are talking about the new event and campaign. Kind of expected all this. The anniversary ends, so we are going to get something brand new for this. Obviously, they're not going to, let a dry spell occur. And Sparkling Summer Carnival. Now, I got to be real, I kind of wasn't expecting any reruns, but yeah, it kind of does make sense. Though I think September's a weird time for this. Really, it's the only thing they could do, though, quite frankly, because, well, the anniversary took up 3 months of summer. Not that there's anything wrong with that, just weird timing, but that's okay. We're getting the annual swimsuit event, and it's going to have these two gachas, and we're going to talk right now about what these are bringing. Now, first things first, we are going to be getting a brand new eyes, new swimsuit eyes. Now, skill 1 for eyes, and this skill 1, let me make sure I got this information correct. Skill 1 is going to cost, looks like 32 MP. This is a foes, plural, water resistance minus 35%, guard resistance down 30%, and for 5 turns gain 2 additional actions of a low water physical attack. 5 turns, I think that's the most we've seen of this meta yet. Skill 2 is a foes, plural, fast high water physical attack with AoE resistance and single target resistance down 20%. That's of course a debuff on your opponent. That is, it looks like 34 MP. And skill 3 is a foe singular high water physical attack with ultra critical rate for every single target resistance debuff on the enemy, skill damage plus 40%. So basically it's just favoring that that attack. And that is what, 30 MP? 30 MP. Now, SA is Ultra Water Physical Attack with Ultra Penetration and temporary Strength Boost and Water Resistance down 50%. So once again, as we can kind of expect, this is going to favor the Water team, which does kind of confirm to me, I think we can expect Dark to, per usual, be the big thing that's coming out in October. So I would expect this banner to last, well, we'll see at the end, at least 3 weeks, if not maybe more. So there you go. This will get us into October, leading up to the next season of the anime. Passive skills for eyes. Fire resistance plus 35%, counters or water element damage, strength and dex plus 30%, critical damage 15%, and she's an aqua killer. Damage when guarding is reduced by 30%, so she tanks pretty well. She'll be an awesome tank. That's kind of sweet. Next up is... oh, there's all her stats. Sorry, I didn't talk about her stats. Really awesome strength stat. Almost 4k HP. A very good unit. Notice, not time limited. Not time limited. She will be in the general pool after this. So, it is official. This is the new meta. It's going in the general pool. All these units will be available. If you're like me, you went Iris broke during the anniversary, probably time to consider what you're going to be doing with this. Though I will say, she is an awesome tank. So, we'll see about all that. Lunar Faust. Lunar is getting, let's see, Skill 1, Allies. Fast, counter rate, and heals 30%. And heals 30%. Magic resistance plus 35%. That's very nice. That's for all allies. So all allies get a counter rate and a heal 30%. And magic resistance 35%. She gives herself strength 65% for 5 turns. I'm guessing all that is for 5 turns. And skill 2, now skill 1 is, and I got the MP costs here, big shout out to our man that brings all this to us, bringing us that MP cost, 56 MP, and it looks like she has 264 MP, so it's a little on the pricey side. You will want to give her some MP regen probably for longer events, but it's not the end of the world. Skill 2 is a foes, plural, high water physical attack with ultra uncounter and temporary strength boost. Physical resist down 30%, counter rate and heals down 35%. So she buffs and then debuffs. And what's really interesting, now normally they do, 2 AoEs and then a single target. She's got an allies AoE and then another AoE for skill 3, which is high water physical attack with ultra critical for every physical resistance debuff on the enemy, skill damage plus 30% as an AoE. That's really interesting. That final attack is going to cost 35 MP, so it actually will probably be your number 1 attack. She doesn't have a super class, so that's going to be really good. So she's got a big buff, a big debuff, and then a major AoE attack. That's super handy. Normally we would see AoE single targets. So it's back to these really interesting mix-ups in that regard. She's got a ton of HP. She's got a triple S strength stat. She is pretty damn good. Once again, though, notice not time limited. She will be in the general pool, and she doesn't succumb to the new meta, which means she doesn't get those extra attacks each turn. So she's really in more of a support role than an attacking role. Passives are fire resistance 35%, counters are water element, strength, agility, and dex 35%, critical and penetration 10%, and counter damage plus 50%. So very nice. Good units all the way around. As you can kind of guess, though, we are also getting a new Haruhime. And Haruhime is a strength type, interestingly enough. Once again, triple S strength stat. Not quite as much HP, but still really, really, really close to 4,000. Skill 1 is an ally's strength plus 30%, water damage plus 35%. For 5 turns, gain 2 additional actions, foes, low water physical attack. So interesting to see her as a physical unit. Not the first time, but interesting. That is 38 MP. Skill 2 is a 44 MP, and it's a foes plural super water physical attack with ultra uncounter and temporary strength boost. Allies 20% HP regen for 2 turns. So another healing Haruhime, which makes a lot of sense. And notice she does get that extra low water physical attack, though that is only for 2 turns, which means basically you're going to be picking your attack, and then you're going to be rebuffing that. Attack, rebuff, attack, rebuff. Because skill 3 is a foe singular. High water physical attack with ultra penetration for every water damage buff on herself. Skill damage plus 40%, and that is a 27 MP cost. So, really, really, really interesting stuff here with these new units. Hard to tell what role she's going to take on. She has pretty good support. She's got decent attack. I don't see her being spectacular all the way around. But who knows? That HP regen could come in really, really handy. Hard to tell. Special arts. Foes plural. Ultra water physical attack with ultra critical and temporary strength boost. Allies water damage plus 50% for 3 turns. Not end of the world stuff here. This is the first time I think I've seen a Haruhime in this game that I didn't go, she's incredibly broken. Interesting. Very interesting. Passives include fire resistance plus 35%, strength agility 30%, HP and MP regen 8% every turn, damage penetration damage plus 15%, and she's once again an aqua killer. So not an end of the world Haruhime, but you know, you might want that art. I'm just saying. So next up is Lena. This is only the second Lena we've ever seen in the game. Lena is a triple S. Triple S magic stat. Don't see triple S magic stats very real often. With 404 MP. I think that's the highest MP we've seen in a while. HP is 3645, so not end of the world stuff, but once again, extremely good still. A little over 3,500, not quite 4,000. So, depending on what her passes are, she might squish a little bit, but we'll see. Skill 1, self-strength and dex and light damage plus 60%. That's super handy. That's 60% dex damage. So expect her to do a lot of counters and a decent amount of criticals. For 4 turns, gain an additional 3 actions, fire, low, light, magic attack. Let me say that again. Not fire. Gain 3 actions, foe, singular, brain. Which is interesting that that's a foe singular. I think everything we've seen prior to this was foe plural. Foes plural. So foe singular, low light magic attack with ultra critical rate. Once again, though, a light unit, and we know the light team is absolutely insane right now. Skill 2, and that is going to be a 34 MP cost or 24 MP cost? 24 MP cost. Skill 2 is a foe singular, fast highlight magic attack, magic resistance, light resistance, minus 35% for 3 turns. Good light debuffer. I think that's the highest light debuff we have. And you notice we have a crazy light buff with the light Haruhime, so light team is pretty beastly. And it looks like they're trying to bring him back into prominence, because while light probably wasn't the craziest thing we've had during the anniversary, this probably could bring him back into prominence. But we'll see. Skill 3 is a foe singular once again. Slow, super magic attack. I'm guessing that should be super light magic attack. Doesn't say here. Foe, super... I'm going to guess that's light magic attack, but it is slow too. For every magic buff on herself, skill damage plus 80%. Skill damage plus 80%. Hold up. For every magic buff on herself, skill... Remember, you can magic buff with assists, you can magic buff with allies. 80% damage. Hold up. So add the... let's just say, for the sake of argument, that you have the Haruhime buff, you have both the Haruhime buffs, the light Haruhime and the OG. That's 100% magic. What I think 80%, is it 80 or 100%? I can't remember. Light damage plus another 80% each. That is insane. Removes all magic buffs on self except assist skills. So this is basically the light version of the was it the Christmas Aisha we got, and she is still very prominent in the game. Added to that, we have skill 1 with the new meta. This is a ridiculous unit. Lena will be a must for the light teams, I do suspect. And we know we're getting Record Buster back. Maybe Record Buster will be weak to light, I'm guessing, since we have a light single target. So that will be very, very, very interesting, to say the least. That is, though, like I said before, 102 MP cost. So you need a lot of MP to use it. B, that does mean that all your buffs are gone after you do that. So like with the Winter Aisha we got, you basically do SA, then you do that attack, and then you've got to rebuff everything. So you have to use it sparingly. It's not just a matter of the MP cost, it's a matter that your magic buffs are gone after that. So, yeah. Interesting stuff. Her SA, speaking of which, is foe singular ultralight magic attack plus 80% per each self magic buff skill and light resistance down 50%. So like I said, just like the Winter Aisha, do the SA, do skill 3, it's going to wipe out all your buffs, but she's going to basically leave your foe crippled and whimpering. It's going to be awesome. Passives. Dark resist plus 35%, counters your light element, critical damage 20%, penetration damage 20%, and Aqua Killer. Now, we are going to cover all this again tomorrow in great detail, but, you know, we always do the before you summon video. So, do bear in mind, if you want a refresher on this and you want, you know, like, another perspective, because this is usually, like, my first go-through on this. If you want, like, a long-distance perspective on it, what do we think it's going to do in the long run of the game, then we'll talk about all that tomorrow. Sunset Saint Amid, and I believe this Amid is actually the free-to-play unit that is dropping in the event, so don't be underwhelmed by her stats, because her stats are a little underwhelming, if I am entirely honest. Well, she does have a double S magic stat. She does have a little over 3,000 HP. Let's at least look at what she does before we, you know, rip on her too hard. So, first off, skill 1, fast. Strength, magic, and heals plus 20%. Physical resist, magic resist plus 25%. So that's actually really, really nice. That skill 1 is a free-to-play physical resist and magic resist, and we've been looking for more of those things in the game. So if nothing else, she's a really awesome sack unit for that skill alone. Allies, mid-heal, cure all ailments, and 25% HP regen for 1 turn. Okay. Alright. So in a support role, she's going to be really awesome. The problem is you're going to have a real tough time keeping her alive, because she is going to absolutely flatline at a moment's notice. And remember, these stats are all when she's max ascended, and I'm going to be real, it's not really worth ascending free-to-plays unless you absolutely are free-to-play and you'll use these units all the time. That said, there's some great skills. Now, both skill 1 and skill 2 are allies effects. They don't have any attacks, so you are sacrificing some attack power, but some of those rolls can actually be really handy. Skill 3 is a foe's highlight magic attack with ultra and counter rate. Allies extends buff by 2 turns. So, Interesting free-to-play unit. I don't think we've seen a free-to-play unit like this before. In fact, I know we haven't. 100% support roll, though. 100% support roll. You're not using her for damage. Even though she does a highlight magic attack, like, you would have to buff the crap out of her. And then look at her stat. Her stat is like half that of the units we've seen now. So you're not really getting crazy things out of her. She's just not going to be, like, a big crazy hitter. And she doesn't have percentage boosts or anything like that. So check your expectations at the door. That said, for my free-to-play people, this is an awesome support role that you can use in 7th Zone, Familia Rush, things like that. Just have to bear in mind you're going to keep her alive. Even in something like maybe 7th Zone, or I would say 7th Zone, Record Buster might be interesting. I don't know. We'll see. Passives. Counters heal on ally with the lowest HP. So, once again, a counter heal, but a free-to-play counter heal. So, that could be handy. I don't know what percentage heal that is, but that could be super handy. Dark resistance plus 35%. HP MP 4% regen every turn. That's half what Haruhime does, but that still is nothing to really... that's more HP MP regen than most units get. Physical resist, magic resist plus 15%. Damage when guarding reduced by 30%. So she's going to tank too. So actually, if her guard rate is up, she'll be good in that regard. Her SA is an ally's high healed, physical resist and magic resist plus 40%, 30% HP regen for 1 turn. So I actually see some really good uses for this unit. With all of her tanking and the fact that she's going to let other units tank, especially on that SA, this might be one of the most useful. And, you know, so I was super critical right out of the gate. I'd have to really sit down and think about this, but she could be really useful as a free-to-play. That's really interesting. We'll talk about it once again in more in depth tomorrow. Carnival Goddess Hestia. Now we're getting to the assists. Boom. Pretty good skills. Over 1,000 HP, which is nice for an assist. Really good agility set, though not the end of the world. It is still really high, especially for an assist. So, awesome that. Allies. Strength and magic plus 15%. Water damage plus 20%. So once again, she is an water element mostly, but also doing strength and magic 15% is really nice. Normally those give you like a dex stat or something like that. That's only so useful. So this takes like some of the best skills in the game and combines them. Now it's not 20% strength and magic. You're still probably going to use somebody else to boost that stat if you're really going after that stat. But that water damage is going to be really, really, really critical. So if you're looking at building a badass water team, that's going to be absolutely stellar. You're going to want this unit. Okay. We also have, boom, Summer Color Seer. Summer Color Seer is, once again, she's got a crazy magic stat, funny enough. And Dex is pretty good, though not anything to write home about. Really awesome magic stat. Though low HP, which kind of is expected out of magic units. I kind of generally do expect magic units to be a little more squishy than physical units. Allies. Magic plus 20%, light and wind damage plus 15%. So that's interesting. Magic plus 20%, light and wind 15%. So that is 2 elements at 15%. I don't think we've ever seen that. We've seen 2 elements before. Well, no, I take it back. I'm trying to remember if we've seen that at 15%. No, we've seen it at 10%. Can't think of it off the top of my head. Maybe we have at 15%. It's not the end of the world, but it's really good. And obviously for these, you know, with the 20% coming out, you'd probably much rather use a 20%. But if you're using a mixed light and wind team, that's going to be end of the world stuff there. So really nice. And a magic stat 20%. Really, if you're running a magic team that's light and or wind or both, that's going to be like really awesome stuff. So very good assists. Very well balanced assists, all things considered. Like, I don't think... Well, take it back. Hestia is pretty much going to be crazy. But at the same rate, she's not that 20% assist. So, once again, like, I'd say fairly well balanced for the new meta. Power creep is real. Let's just be real. Power creep is absolutely real. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's overly game-breaking. It just does make the old elements fairly relevant. Okay? All right. Moving on. 1 free 11 draw gacha each week. And you notice who's there. If you do not have OG Haruhime, let's go with Hestia. If you don't have OG Haruhime, here's a great time. Here's the reruns on this. So starting this week, this is Thursday. Remember, that's going to mean Wednesday for us. Danmachi Season 2 Special Gacha available. Characters that appeared in the Danmachi C2 anime will be able to pick up weekly. Plus, you can draw one free 11 draw every week. Love these free 11 draws. They're so awesome, and they rarely pay out. But this week, next week, and the following week, we are getting some free stuff. This is this week's, okay? You got Apollo, who I think I need one more bond of, so I'm really hoping I pull her. You've got Cassandra? I always get them messed up. And, of course, Eyes. Then, next week, we've got Aisha, we've got Ishtar, and we've got Apollo. Or say Apollo. Aries. Thank you, Brain. I appreciate that. Finally, the third week, we've got Haruhime, Soma, and this Hestia. And actually, Soma's the only one in this banner I would actually need. But hopefully this is another chance for you guys to get OG Hestia if you don't have her. She's really, 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 really good. No telling yet if we can drop... Well, actually, it does say right there. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 look like they are the 200 Iris pulls. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 are 4-star pulls. So if you have not pulled OG Hestia, save some Iris for this banner. 100%. So starting this week, boom. I actually might save a little bit of Iris for this just so I can finish off my Apollo if I don't get him on the free one. You know, I'm going to be real. I think I need everybody here. No. Take that back. My Aries has been done for a minute. Everybody else I do need, though. And on this one, I don't need anybody, but, you know, more power to you. If you need OG Haruhime, you got a chance again. And she's, make no mistake, she's still extremely, extremely, extremely relevant. So, there you go. Pop Stars. This gacha is apparently coming back. This is getting a rerun. If you didn't pull on this one, it looks like the entire tail is actually rerunning, which would be nice. If you don't have Producer Hermes, he's well worth getting. If you can get him free to play, absolutely awesome. All these units are pretty good, though if I'm honest, the best one here without question is Lena, the one there in the front. She is extremely useful, and you don't need very many bonds, if any bonds at all in her, because you're going to use her as a sack. She's a 33% SA gauge charge as an adventurer, unlike Finn, who we just got, that is an assist. You put the two of them together, that's 66%, because remember, adventurers don't stack, but assist and adventurer do. So, if you don't have her, great opportunity to acquire her. Introducing more new functions. Awesome! New functions are being introduced. Party duplication function. Not sure what that is. Skip special arts animation option. Come on. I like watching the special arts animations, personally. But it looks like they're going to have an option to skip it. I guess if you're doing speed runs and stuff. I could maybe see it if you're racing someone. I don't know. I don't think I've ever thought that a race would be viable. But maybe that might be fun. Skip special arts animation options implemented. So it looks like you can actually just go in the settings and skip them all together and just see the damage. I always like watching them, personally. I mean, bear in mind, they put a lot of time and effort into a lot of these animations. Some of them look gorgeous. Some of them take forever. Case in point, some of the ones we're watching here. But some of them look absolutely gorgeous. My personal, I'm going to be watching the animations. I like the animations. I think they look beautiful. Personally, that's me. But party duplication function. You now be able to duplicate other players' parties and save them to my party. Okay. Well, expect to see more meme teams in Wargame. That's all I'm going to say about that. Interesting feature, interesting function. We'll have to see how that goes. I can see a lot of people in the current war games, because a lot of times in war games you'll see people run meme teams in the higher levels and silly stuff like that. I don't know how I feel about this. It's interesting. As someone who likes to learn more about the game mechanics, I know my war games teams suck all the time. My war games teams are terrible. And And I should have way better teams. I have the units to build better teams. So from someone who likes to reverse engineer teams and learn things about teams, that is handy. But I don't know, it almost seems like espionage. But also it does kind of level the playing field a little bit, though it looks like it doesn't actually get you the effect they do. Because, you can pick between like AoE, buff, debuff, heal, etc., etc., etc. It doesn't look like it gives you that. It just gives you the units. So it doesn't hand you everything, but we'll have to play with that. We'll have to see how that goes. Interesting stuff. Danmachi 3 Countdown. This is the part that I really expected to see. This was 100% what I had thought this entire event was going to be about. A countdown login bonus will be held for the October broadcast in Japan. We will be announcing the details of the content at a later date, so stay tuned. I'm guessing, so I really thought it'd be like a whole month of like a 30-day countdown, so probably expect like in the next week or two for them to add all that stuff. Over 20 million worldwide downloads. Woo! Total of 1,000 Iris, so we're basically going to get this crazy login bonus here. And it looks like tomorrow will be, or actually this usually kicks off on Thursday. Looks like, in fact, it says 9/11. So that will probably kick off on Thursday. We'll get 200 Iris, and then 50, 50, 50, 20, 20, 30, and that's just the first week. Then you get 30, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. Is that 200? That's another 200 at the end of that week. And then finally 30, 50, 50, 50, 50, 20, 20, and then another 30. 1,000 free Iris. Log in or don't get free Iris. I don't know what to tell you there. Log in every day, guys. Log in every day. Here's this week's login bonuses. Looks like a lot of potato snacks. 30 Iris on the second day login. 100,000 Valis. That's very nice. And 2 Hero Lights on the first week. 3 Hero Lights in the second week. And a bunch of 3-star tickets. So, once again, take advantage. And with the new tail, of course, we'll probably get the Gacha and we'll probably get the tickets back there anyway. So tons of 3-star tickets upcoming, which does mean the good opportunity for a ton of general pool draws. I do think that when we get the tails back, they will probably be back to their original format, where every single turn you get 1 instead of 2. So do check your expectations on that. Limited time, 100 Iris special, yes! Event period. 9/25 to 10/2. Iris on sale for a limited time. During this period, once a day, you can get 100 Iris for $4 USD. I didn't think the exchange rate was that bad. It's like $5.50 in Canada. Holy crap. That sounds very expensive, but I'm sure, given the exchange rates, it's probably not that crazy, but still pretty wild. But I'm looking forward to that. That is pretty awesome. You can stock up on a ton of Iris very quickly. Took advantage of it last time. If you decide to whale this game at any point, it is worth investing at this juncture. Sparkling Summer Carnival Bundle! We're, of course, getting whale boxes back. Looks like this one's got single 4-star ticket and a bunch of Valis and Falna. The big bundle is going to give you 2 4-star tickets. I'm guessing those are going to be guaranteed for the new units. Actually, it looks like it might be just 2 regular 4-star units and a guaranteed Summer Carnival ticket. And those are usually very expensive to acquire. So check your expectations on these. But ton of stuff in there. So whales, rejoice, eke with me in pleasure. Danmachi Season 3 coming soon special autumn box. Time limited unit exchange ticket ×1. That could be super handy. The time limited unit exchange, we'll have to see if it includes anything from the anniversary. I'm guessing not. And I'm going to guess that they're probably going to take the stuff out from 3rd anniversary. So we shall see. 4-star adventure ticket ×1, 4-star assist ticket ×1, guaranteed 11 draw ticket ×2, and 11 draw ticket ×1. This will probably be 1,200 Iris once again, just like the last one was, maybe even more. I don't know what to tell you. Is it worth? Probably not. Usually, I'm going to be real. The time limit time-limited unit exchange generally isn't worth, because it's all very old units. Like, unless you're just looking for a very specific unit, it's so many old units, and a lot of the units that I personally would be after are getting ready to come back, and I don't think these are worth. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments section they pulled some fire on it. I don't know, but I really just don't feel like they're ever worth. Of course, 7 Zone's coming back. 7 Zone is weekly at this point. I don't think we know what the elements are, but we'll probably find out in the data mines tomorrow. I'm expecting a big data mine tomorrow. That'll be a lot of fun to go over. And big shout out, of course, to Spectre, who always stays up and captures all these cells for me from the live stream and gets all that stuff. And, of course, to our present data miner. I don't know if he wants me to leak his name because he's part of another familia, but who always brings us all this hype information. So big shout out to those guys once again. Record Buster is back. Looks like it is Wind Element. And, of course, it is Otarl, which is a little bit different than the stuff that we've been used to lately, but we'll cover all that when it drops. Here's everything coming. A lot of stuff. A lot of fire. A lot of hype. Ending this week. So, Wargame in 7th Zone end today. All these stray records, the heroic trial, and all that. I know we didn't cover this one. I'm sorry. If you guys need me to cover it, let me know in the comments section down below. If I get too much of a call for that, I will definitely do it tonight. Unfortunately, my personal life's been a little insane the past 2 or 3 weeks, so I haven't had time to cover a lot of the things I've wanted to cover. Like, we didn't cover 7th Zone at all this week, but I think those have gotten a little dry. I think we know how that goes. Wargame is ending. I think Family Wargame is either... I think we just fought our last fight, maybe? I don't remember. I think we just fought our last fight. I think it's over with. So we'll see what all the rankings are in that one. But, yeah, this is the big one. Make sure you've done that. Make sure you get your bond in that one. Also, make sure you spend your 3rd anniversary coins ASAP. I think if they don't run out tonight, I believe they run out next week, but you want to make sure you take advantage as quickly as humanly possible. We'll probably be doing mine tonight on stream, so good stuff. Here's everything coming. Tomorrow, we are getting the Sparkling Summer Carnival, Sparkling Summer Carnival Gacha, the whale bundles, 7th Zone, Record Buster. Summer Carnival login bonus will happen on Thursday. 20 million downloads worldwide login bonus happens Thursday. Season 2 special gacha starts Thursday as well, which usually actually winds up happening on Friday. All that good stuff. Where is the... You know what I don't see on here? I do not see the other tail. Maybe they're not include the rerun tail on here. I'm expecting the rerun tail to drop tomorrow. I guess it's not the end of the world if it doesn't, but who knows? It's not listed here. Maybe it's going to happen next week, but they put it in this week, so maybe it'll happen. I'm going to go ahead and guess it's going to happen tomorrow. If you don't know which one I'm talking about, let me go back here. Yeah, Pop Idols. Perfect. The Pop Idols probably will drop tomorrow. We don't know. It's not listed in here, but I'm guessing it's going to. So start preparing for that too. That'd be a great way to farm some Iris. We should get a ton of Iris. And also, guys, I'm going to talk about it in tomorrow's video, but I think it's time to start saving some Iris because I feel like the 3rd anniversary celebration is going to bring some hype. So consider that. Consider that. We'll talk about it tomorrow, the Before You Summon video. For now, that is the news. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will catch you guys on the next one.